Of course, Flores in the eye a little bit there after the 7 losses, then the 7 wins, as you mentioned there, but missing the postseason there in Miami. You mentioned this opens the door for Harbaugh, but what does it mean for QB1 and Tua Tagovailoa, who's always been under the microscope since he got into the league? What does that mean for him, maybe at QB1?
Well, I think he's probably in the same boat as Brian Flores. If this owner thinks he can upgrade, again, at this stage of his life, he's not going to stop from pursuing that. They had interest in Russell Wilson a year ago. The Dolphins were not one of the teams on Russell Wilson's short list a year ago. But obviously now you may be bringing in the type of coach who has the type of background, who runs the type of offense, who could build the type of offensive line that would convince a Russell Wilson that maybe Miami in 2022 is the place to be. Maybe it is a little more attractive. Certainly they made gains on the defensive side of the ball. You know, they made a major upgrade at receiver. So it's obviously really early here. We don't know who the next head coach is going to be. But if it is someone who has either himself a long resume of offensive success in the NFL, or it's someone who's bringing with him the type of innovative coordinator that would wet the whistle of some of these big-name quarterbacks who might get traded, then, yeah, I think you could certainly see Stephen Ross apply the same sort of philosophy he did to his head coach, to his quarterback.
All right, the GM is safe, though, but you mentioned the connection there with Stephen Ross and Harbaugh. Look, let's say this does open the door for Harbaugh, but if he's not available, who's next in line for the Dolphins if it's Harbaugh or bust here?
Well, I mean, look, you'll see him, I'm sure, reach out to a lot of the same names that we saw the Jacksonville Jaguars, the first team to start interviewing coaches, do so. You've got Doug Peterson out there, who's obviously won a Super Bowl. You have a guy like Jim Caldwell out there, who at one point Brian Flores wanted to bring in to help oversee the offense in Miami, and then Coach Caldwell had some health issues, and that never came together. But that's someone who obviously Stephen Ross would already be somewhat familiar with. You know, do you want, to go into the Andy Reid family tree and give Eric Bieniemy a shot? We know he is interviewed for a lot of these jobs over the years. There's some buzz about Brian Dable, who they've seen plenty of in that division for his work with Josh Allen. Also, Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills, is going to get some opportunities. Todd Bowles is someone who the Dolphins are obviously familiar with, and he's done great work with the Bucs. So, but again, I would expect Stephen Ross to do whatever he can to get Jim Harbaugh.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.